Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Kathy. If you're new here, thank you for coming here. And if you are coming back, thank you so much for coming back. It means literally the world to me. So today we are doing part 3 of my experience in New Age series. Today is going to be a little bit different than the last two parts, because we are going to be answering your questions rather than me talking about my experience. I'm just going to pull out the questions right now. So I have 8 questions, but I think I'm only going to do maybe 4 and then maybe ask the other 3 another day. And I just want to do a little bit of a disclaimer, and that's that I don't 100% have the answers. I know from what I've learned from my experience. So if you guys are going through the same thing, you may reach out to me and I can give you from my own experience what I've known to come to be the truth, and from reading the Bible what I've come to know to be the truth. But I also am human and I don't have all the answers. So I'm going to respond to your questions. We're going to call it a question and response, just because I'm going to be responding to your questions probably with the right answer, but just in case, so you guys know you can apply this in your life however you see fit you want. Okay, so let's start with question number 1, and it's, what rituals exactly are considered New Age? So I had actually, in my experience in New Age part 2, actually explained some of the rituals that I would do. I'll have it linked in the description. Sorry, I was gonna call it bio, but linked in the description down below. I'll have both parts linked in the description. But some rituals are literally things that you feel mandatory to do every single day, or else you don't feel your inner zen or your balanced energy. So this for me looked like doing yoga every single day, meditating every single day, doing affirmations every single morning, doing my gratitude every single morning, like a gratitude list every single morning, doing moon rituals every full moon and half moon. Oh my god, I definitely want to read you guys one of my full moon letters. I think that that would be so awesome, but we'll do that in another video. So yeah, so doing full moon and new moon rituals, which literally included me writing down things that I wanted to manifest and then burning it. Manifesting and law of attraction. So those are also New Age rituals. Those are just a couple of the rituals that I would do. There was like meditating with my crystals and this, and I know they seem harmless and they don't seem like bad things to do, but when they become rituals, which is especially what I was doing, if I went a day without them, I was not peaceful. I didn't feel peace. I was having supposedly more anxiety than I would any other day, and that becomes a New Age ritual, and that becomes a ritual for you. So be very discerning when it comes to what you're doing every single day that has become a ritual for you. So yeah, that's the answer to question 1. We're going to answer question 2. Is New Age similar to the prosperity gospel? So yes and no. I would say yes, because it's that whole idea that if you're worshiping a god, if you're worshiping something, you're going to receive it. So prosperity gospel is literally just using the gospel to your own needs, twisting it up, and kind of applying it in a sense that if you pray to God, God's gonna give you whatever you want. But that's not true. It says in the Bible that we will go through trials and tribulations, and sometimes God doesn't give us what we want because he knows what we need. But with New Age, it's like that you put in your order to the universe, and the universe will bring it to you whenever you manifested it, whenever you let go of it, whenever you believe enough that you'll get it, when you're literally just working towards a goal. There is some differences to it in the sense that with manifesting, it's believe it and it will happen, whereas prosperity Bible is more so the Bible is there for you and for your needs. So yeah, so my answer to that is that yes and no. They are kind of the same thing, but they're kind of not. Okay guys, so we are on question numero tres. Okay, so this is a really good question. So how or when did you realize you were in New Age? To be honest, I didn't realize that I was in New Age until I was out of New Age. But the reason being is because I think New Age spirituality has become the term for everything to do with law of attraction and stuff recently. I don't think when I first started out in the law of attraction religious system or belief system, whatever you want to call it, it was classified as New Age. So I always knew that I was believing in the law of attraction, believing in the universe, believing in manifesting, all sorts of New Age terms. But I never really noticed that I was in New Age because it wasn't called New Age until recently. And then when I was saved, I started hearing the term New Age so much more. And I was like, oh my goodness, I was in that. Okay guys, so we have 2 more questions, but one of them is literally the same one as question number 1. So what were the beliefs practiced with New Age? I'm just going to say the same thing again. Once they become your need for peace, they are rituals. And I think that's where it draws the fine line of life and rituals. And ooh, this is a good question. What's a verse that really spoke to you when you were transitioning out of New Age? I feel like it was something in Romans. I'm gonna go check the verse in Romans because I think that's the one. The verse actually was in Romans. I just found it. It's Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. This verse was literally my guiding verse. I will never forget when I was on a walk on Lakeshore right after being saved, and I was like repeating this verse in my mind because I was learning how to meditate on God's word, and I was walking around, and I remember, I don't know if like you guys can relate, but in Toronto we were having these little rocks down on Lakeshore in some parks, and people like painted on them and then they wrote stuff on them, and it was kind of just like a COVID-19 pick-me-up. And like on Lakeshore, it's like it started with a little group of rocks, and like every day people were putting new rocks, and it was like, if we're in this together, everything will be overcame, like all this stuff. And I was so new to God, and like when I saw this stuff, I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. Like I was so excited. And I just remember seeing, do not fear, for I am with you. And I was like, wow, that's the verse that I've been repeating in my head. And it's so crazy how God speaks to us sometimes so clearly, and you're like, that's you, God. But yeah, this is the verse that really was keeping me firm and rooted in God throughout my transition, because I'm not gonna lie, like I was a little bit scared to meditate with God after coming out of New Age, because I knew that when I was meditating in New Age at this point, that I was meditating with, I don't know what was out there, but I was meditating with these spirits. And so I was a little bit iffy towards meditation, and this word just like, and like honestly being revealed to so much deception like really messes with your mind, because after you're like, what even is true anymore? And so I think that like I wasn't scared because I knew God was with me. I was just fearful towards the fact of getting sucked into deception again. And it was something that I was very on edge about because of New Age. So yeah, that's the verse that stuck with me. And it was just the verse that got me through so much when I was first being saved, especially before I found community. I don't know why I feel like I'm gonna cry. Especially before I found community, because it was really hard for me to accept that I'm now a follower of Christ, even though I was feeling so much joy, because at the beginning of my journey, I didn't have anyone around me that understood me or that cared to understand me. And this verse was really with me, and it made me realize that I'm being strengthened by God, that He's with me, that He's not leaving me, and that I don't need to worry about anything because He's holding me up. And that was really my encouraging verse when I first was saved. Yeah. Okay, guys, sorry. I paused it because I got a little bit emotional there. But it's just because it's such a joyous time when I was first saved. I mean, obviously still such a joyous time now, but it's just like how far I've come since that point has been so beautiful. And I just hope that all of you guys get to experience it too, because the joy that God gives you is the joy that is found in Him is the most beautiful joy that you would ever experience in your life. And I just pray that you open yourself up to receive this joy. But anyways, I'm done answering the questions. I know I only answered, I think, 6 of the 8, but it's because the other 2, I don't necessarily know how to answer them properly. So I will do like a little bit of research and maybe do another video in a couple weeks. So that's my question and response period, and I hope that it opened your eyes to New Age a little bit. I pray that it opened your eyes to New Age a little bit. It made you feel a sense of love, and I hope that you guys are able to come to me with any questions that you have, because I'm open to responding. I want to respond to you guys. I want to know that you guys have community and that you have someone that cares for you. So I'm so grateful that you guys have watched this video, and I can't wait to see you guys next week.